so much for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the organization?
Yeah, my name's Ed Durkee. I'm the CEO of Goodwill Industries of Central Florida, and we're the Goodwill organization that serves the 6 counties here in Central Florida, from Melbourne to Daytona, and then all the way down I-4 into Osceola County in Kissimmee.
Can you tell us about your journey and how you became involved with Goodwill, particularly your passion for economic inclusion and social justice?
Social justice is the only work I've ever really wanted to do. I don't really know why. I think it has something to do with growing up Catholic. Back when I was a child, the issue that was that we were talking about in church was social justice, and I guess I was listening because it's all I ever wanted to do. As soon as I got out of school, I was living in Indianapolis. I moved into a downtown neighborhood, bought a house for $12,000. Began fixing it up, working at the street level to help the people in that neighborhood find economic opportunity and work toward justice. And that work inevitably brought me to Goodwill.
What does sustainable fashion mean, and why is it important for individuals and the planet?
Well, that's a great question. Sustainable fashion is certainly within Goodwill is what we're talking about. In our stores, our 29 stores across our 6 counties, about half of the items we sell are clothing. It's what really drives our social enterprise are the clothing donations people give us and the clothing we sell. So sustainable fashion, one, just by shopping at Goodwill, you're doing sustainable fashion because it's reduce, reuse, recycle. You're reusing when you shop at Goodwill. So sustainable fashion, is definitely on our minds, and we're so excited that people in the community and people in the country are interested in reusing really great used clothing.
Could you share how Goodwill contributes to sustainable fashion and supports eco-conscious choices in clothing?
Yeah, we're so lucky that what we've been doing for the last 120 years. Goodwill was founded by a Methodist minister in Boston in 1902. He went around to the wealthy neighborhoods of Boston and said, give us the things you don't need, and we'll take them back to our inner city church here and sell them for the benefit of the people who are in our church. If this sounds familiar, that's because not a lot has changed. So we've been doing this with an eye towards social justice for 120 years. And now this thing called sustainable fashion has come along, and it just fits so well with the work that we're doing. So yes, the people in the community, they have things they don't want or can't use anymore. They donate them to us. Again, probably more than half of the items that we sell actually are clothing. So we're so excited that young people, high school students, college students, young adults are embracing sustainability. It really is important for the planet. And Goodwill, this thing that we've been doing for 120 years, is relevant in new ways.
How does sustainable fashion create economic opportunities, and how has it positively affected the community you serve?
There are so many ways. And there's just actually some really interesting things going on in our stores. The first way is the jobs we create. We're the best company in the world at taking things people don't want anymore, turning that into economic opportunity for our neighbors. We invest really heavily in doing that for our employees. We make sure that the jobs we create are really great jobs and fulfill our mission of building lives that work. But there's another thing going on in the stores as well that's really fascinating. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people in Central Florida who come into our stores to buy clothing. Usually they're looking for vintage, but not always. They buy the stuff from us, and then they go out and they sell it in their own eBay stores. They sell it on Etsy. They sell it on their own reselling platforms. We call them resellers, and they are in our stores every single day. How do we know? Because they come every day. Sometimes they come more than once a day. They go to multiple stores, and they're going through, and they're looking for some of those treasures that they can purchase from us at one price and then go sell them on eBay for a greater price. So this is sustainable fashion, absolutely. So not only is it creating great jobs for our employees, but there's a whole little cottage industry. I don't even know if we can call it a little. It's a big cottage industry, of people going into our stores, looking at the things that people have donated to us, and then reselling them and running their own small businesses.
Oh, and I just recently heard a story about someone who went into Goodwill. They bought a painting for the frame. Turns out it was an extremely valuable painting.
That happens. Again, people donate the most extraordinary things to us, and our customers are really good at finding that value. So, some Goodwill sell their stuff online. We don't. We sell all of the donations that come in, to our Goodwills. We sell them right in the stores. So the treasure hunt is definitely on inside of our stores.
What advice can you offer to individuals who want to make more sustainable fashion choices but might be unsure where to start?
Couple of things. First of all, you know, go through your closet and anything you haven't worn in a year, donate it to Goodwill because we'll find it a new home and we'll make sure that we'll find somebody who will use it and love it. Maybe they'll find a job with it. The other thing is buy quality clothing. Probably the way I think about sustainable, the way I contribute to it, is I buy quality clothing that lasts, and then when I donate it, when I don't want to wear it anymore and I donate it, it still has value. There's another thing too is that a lot of the clothing that doesn't sell here gets sold into international salvage markets. It gets recycled through a whole international system of recycling, and the items that have the highest value are the higher quality garments. So if you want to, get good value for yourself, buy high quality clothing. When you donate it, it has much more use when it goes through the recycling process that happens all over the world.
I'm curious about that. How do they recycle the clothing?
Oh my goodness, there's so many ways they do it. So most of it goes overseas and it goes into local textile markets. And so people in countries where their clothing can be really, really expensive, they have access to lower cost options. Number two is a lot of the clothing, and this is why buying quality matters. Natural fibers are really useful and they have other applications. So if it's wool, if it's cotton, if it's natural fibers, you can, to use the fancy term, you can deconstruct it into post-consumer fiber and reuse it in all kinds of other applications. The dashboards of Mercedes-Benz's, underneath the leather, there's actually materials that are made from recycled clothing.
Oh, wow.
And they're just one use amongst many, many, many uses.
Can you highlight some innovative practices or initiatives within Goodwill that promote sustainable fashion and reduce waste in the fashion industry?
Yeah, Goodwills nationally are organizing around this. We handle unbelievable volumes of donated clothing, donated textiles, and we are looking for ways to make sure that those things get used responsibly. I heard one estimate that more than 80% of unwanted textiles end up in the landfill. Our goal is to drive that down to zero. I'll tell you that when you donate to Goodwill, 0% of your textiles, go into the landfill. We have markets. We're large enough that we have markets that we can sell these things into, rather than sending them to the landfill. We make sure that they get reused. And Goodwills all over the country are coming together to look for more productive uses that put this material back to work in society, rather than having it end up in our landfills here or landfills in other countries around the world.
If someone feels that they have a shirt and there's like a huge hole in it, they think it's probably better just to throw away rather than bring it to Goodwill because Goodwill won't be able to really sell it. Should they still bring it to Goodwill instead so that it will stay out of the landfill and end up in one of those recycling locations?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We love it when people bring us nice clothing that's ready to resell. That's great. But if you got something that has a stain, that has a hole in it, please bring it to us. We have the ability to make sure that that gets recycled. So if it has a hole, if it has a stain, bring it in. Absolutely.
Okay. Good to know. In what ways can community members get involved or support the mission of Goodwill in promoting sustainable fashion?
Donate and shop. That's what makes the world go round for us, right? When you donate things to us, we promise that we will put those donations to work in helping your neighbors find economic opportunity. They create the great jobs that we're doing. They help us improve the jobs. We've improved working conditions. We've invested in all kinds of benefits in our employees. We're also working with other communities. We have programs where we work with people who are leaving prison and reentering society. We help them find jobs. Some of them work in our stores. We do the same thing with veterans. We're beginning to work with people with developmental disabilities again to help them find work in our stores. So by donating, you give us the materials that feed our social enterprise, that create the sustainable fashion opportunities and keep things out of the landfill, and then create really great jobs and economic opportunity for your neighbors.
On a personal level, how do you incorporate sustainable fashion practices in your own wardrobe choices?
Well, I begin by, again, buying quality garments, that will last. I look for quality garments with natural fibers that will last. One, I dress fairly boring, so my clothes don't go out of fashion. So I buy quality clothes that will last for a while, and they never go out of fashion. So I get to wear them, and then when I do, somebody might buy them because they're a quality garment when I do donate them. And if they don't, they can really easily be recycled because I buy with natural fibers.
Yeah, that's something I'm looking to start doing too, is just buy the classic pieces and even boring colors.
Yep.
You see everything pink here, but trying to match all these colors can be burdensome.
You have the same neutral tones I do, Emily.
Do you have any inspiring stories or examples of individuals or communities that have greatly benefited from Goodwill's sustainable fashion initiatives?
One is all of our employees who are working right now. We have a program right now where we put people with a coach, usually a financial coach, to help people accomplish their goals. We don't tell people what their goals are. We create a space where people can say what their goals are, and then we help them get the resources they need to achieve them. So one of my favorite ones that happened, just a couple of months ago, was we're asking one of our employees, what her goal was, and she said her goal was to get her hair done for Mother's Day, so when she went to brunch with her kids. And so we came up with a plan for her to save the money, to take control of some things in her life and save some money, and she was able to do that. And the thing I love about that story so much is when you accomplish one goal, you just get another goal, and it becomes building blocks that help people move towards a vision of life that they have for themselves. We have people who, working with financial planners, have fixed their credit scores. They've seen their credit scores go up by so much, and so now they're able to buy a more reliable car. And with a more reliable car, they can go to work on themselves. They can also drop their kids off at school. They can also take their mom to their doctor's appointments. We have people getting transportation as a result of working with this program. We have people working towards home ownership. And it all comes from the social enterprise, the things that people donate to us. These are the ways that we turn those donations into economic opportunity and help people achieve their goals.
What do you foresee as the future trends in sustainable fashion, and how can consumers stay informed and aligned with these trends?
Well, we have to come to terms with fast fashion. Fast fashion is the thing that people are talking about. And what's the opposite of sustainable fashion? Well, it's fast fashion. I won't name names, the retailers who do this, but there are lots of retailers, that make, I'll call it inexpensive clothing, make inexpensive clothing that's not meant to last. They use it with materials that aren't high quality. They're only meant to be worn a few times, and that's the stuff that ends up in the landfill. As a society, we have to come to terms with the incentive structures that have been put in place that have led to fast fashion, and get people, and create incentive structures that lead people to buy things that have more enduring value.
Yes, definitely. It's better to have something that can last a couple of years rather than something that's just going to last you 3 wears.
Yep, and it has more value when you donate it into the resale markets.
And I'd like to also mention some of the work that you do in Orange County, because I know you partner up with some of our neighborhood centers for families and helping people with their resumes and job searches and stuff like that. So I just want to thank your organization for that as well.
Well, we're glad to do it. It really helps us fund our mission. It's unusual to have a county that has its own resources, not money that comes from the federal government or someplace else, but counties that generate their own resources to invest in people and helping them find work, and be able to take care of their own household. So we're really grateful to have a partner like Orange County that invests in its citizens that way.
Thank you so much for being here. And we are going to go to your store and look around and see what types of outfits we could put together.
That's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to having you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Vanessa with Goodwill Industries in Central Florida, and I'm here to take you on a sustainable shopping spree. Let's go! I'm here looking for a pair of shoes for my daughter's homecoming. Hopefully I can find a dress too. Oh wow, look at these. She would love these. And these are perfect for me. So fun. And then 9 West, $8.99. Wow. Wow, this is a nice dress. This is actually the perfect dress. The challenge is, will it be the right size? Let's see. It's a small. It'll be perfect for homecoming. Let's see what else we can find. And this is a perfect dress for me. It will be perfect for my work function. It is the right size. Let's see if I can find a casual top. Something fun. Oh wow, look at this one. It's so great. It's only $5.99. What a great deal. Oh my goodness, I lost track of time. Look at everything I found. I have an amazing suit. Normally people come to Goodwill to choose their first suit for the first interview, which is really exciting. And you can go beyond, as I did today. Here you have some t-shirts that we found. This is a great find, a Tommy Hilfiger for $5.99. Then we found the dresses together earlier, one for me and one for my daughter for the homecoming. We got amazing American Eagle jeans. And just so you know, it takes 1,800 gallons of water to make a pair of jeans. So you want to go sustainable. And these American Eagle jeans are only $8.99. What a great find. With the Calvin Klein tops that is perfect for fall. And the gray shoes to go with that. You saw that outfit because we shopped together for that one. And then we have another suit that I found that I can wear a lot during fall to work. I'm not only a shopper here at Goodwill, but I donate as well. And we cannot wait to see you bring in all your donations.
If you're enjoying this show, please subscribe to our channel and follow our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter accounts.